they're giving Biden crap basically. You know, now that Trump's out, now that their guy's out, all the Republicans are just like, all right, y'all said this was y'all guy. And it's funny to me because I'm like, both sides are shitty. Because when Trump got in, we did the same shit. And it was like, that's stupid, that's dumb, that's dumb, that's dumb. You're
exactly.
stupid. And now they're doing the same thing with Biden. Like, oh, he's supposed to be y'all savior. And then I'm like, so he's supposed to change everything Trump did in a month. Like, and that's how I know the logic is missing. Yeah. Like, talk to Democrats or Biden supporters in a year or maybe 2. Like, since when did? Because let y'all tell it. He needs another term. He hasn't had time. He had 4 years. He didn't do shit. Where's that wall? Where's that wall? Where's that wall? Yeah. The Mexicans gonna pay for it. Remember that? Where that wall at? In a fucking wall. Shut up. No wall. Anyway, yeah. So you can't bring up that conversation about not allowing them to play in the sports. This wasn't a topic, but again, this is a good topic that should be discussed responsibly. I'm on the side of they should not be allowed. Yeah. Because what they don't understand is that they could possibly open the door is if you're gonna allow people to do something with what they based on how they identify, then I can walk into a women's restaurant. Because then if me dressed just like this and I say I identify as a woman and you don't believe me, that means that you are only taking into account stereotypes. The only way you're going to believe me is I have to put on a wig or I have to put on makeup and nails and dress. And basically you're saying that's what makes you transgender, not actually the science and the emotion that people actually feel like I was born in the wrong body. You're only acknowledging it on the outside.
Yeah, the cosmetic.
The cosmetic part, which is fluff. Mm-hmm. So you're really just showing your cards by not, because if I say I identify as a woman and I don't wear a dress, I never do it. I keep my voice, but I identify as a woman, then what, you're not going to respect that, what I'm saying? Right. Do I get laughed at? You only gonna respect me when I show up in heel life. Any dude that's gonna put on lipstick and heels must be. We gotta believe him.
Yeah. There's really no winning.
It's not. But they shouldn't be. I don't think that's fair because even women are mad about this, and you know women are pro LGBTQ community. But the women are like, this is fucking bullshit. You're letting this person who was born as a man who's changed himself to a woman dominating our sports, basically.
Yeah. And they just come in and just set records.
Yeah, smashing them. You're going to have somebody dunking in the WNBA soon. Throwing alley hoops is going to look just like the NBA. That's probably when the WNBA is going to pop off. The money going to go up. When you start laying transgenders in that bitch. And they're just throwing alley hoops and dunking on the free throw line and shit.
Arm in the rim.
Arm in the rim.
It's going to look like a dunk contest.
Nah, you know what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. They're still going to have the WNBA, but they're going to have the TBA.
Transgender.
Or TB, well, how would that be?
Transgender Basketball Association.
Yeah. So that's a good point. That's a good point. Does that have to happen now?
I don't know because
if we're identifying them as that, like, because we had men NBA and you identified these as women, so you created the WNBA because you said so. Then when a transgender, when they have to be a league of its own,
I don't think they'll have to do that because then that's counterintuitive. Because
it is
talking about exactly because it's all about including people, but then you're excluding the trans group into their own little secluded.
But the same can be said about women, though.
Exactly.
Why not let the women play in the NBA?
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you got a jump shot or not.
Right.
True. As if you're hot or not.
It could get to the point where just like all the trans people are like, oh, hell yeah, let's get up in this motherfucker. And there's more trans than actual women in the WNBA. That's what I was getting at. Like, what if they just overrun it?
That's what I'm saying. I think it will.
As an opportunity.
I think what's going on with this person, and I didn't Google it. This came across my timeline, but it looked like they were on track and field and they were destroying like women track runners. So like, this is bullshit. Like, he's a man. Or he was a man. He's built as a man, and he's running
genetically.
Yeah. They're not happy. So I'm not speaking about it how I feel because I'm not running track. I'm saying the women in that sport do not like the fact that they're allowing trans to compete in women's sports. Women don't like that. Not us men on the show. Women don't like that. So then you gotta have, like you said, you gotta start having real conversations. Like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Because it's easy to just be like, yeah, you should be who you want, be free. Cool. We all agree to that. But now they're trying to implement themselves into society. How does that work?
I think also another thing that has to come into the factor is that a lot of these transgender people that make that transformation, they take the estrogen hormones or just take hormones. And I think from the science of that, don't quote me on it, but they said it's supposed to like
decrease.
Yeah, just decrease the overall